All right, so I'm sure most of you know Mika Brzezinski from MSNBC, the co-host with Morning Joe. She's one of the most extreme radical people on cable TV, but what you might not know is her roots, where she comes from, what her father's all about. So I'm going to show you this clip real quick that she said today. She was spewing this nonsense. Then I'm going to show you where she comes from, where her belief system comes from.
Here's the warning. You all have set it up, but let me take it a step further, please, if I may. This is called normalization.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the descent into fascism, if we so choose. Normalizing January 6th, it's a day of love. It's a day of love. I'll say it again and again and again. Normalizing enemy from within. I'll say it again and again. I'll say it again and again until you get tired of it, until it's not so funny anymore, or you think he doesn't mean it, until you realize he does mean it and it's too late. Saying these strict abortion bans are a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We got to wake up.
All right, so she's pushing this whole fascist dictator thing. But what I find interesting is that this is what her father believed in. So her father's name is Zygmunt Brzezinski, if you have not heard of him. And this guy was a serious power player. So he was like a Henry Kissinger type of guy. He was national security advisor. He was a co-founder of the Trilateral Commission, which is basically the parent company of the World Economic Forum. Worked closely with David Rockefeller. They were very heavy globalists. And you know how Kissinger was responsible for bringing China into the global trade? So Brzezinski was very into this idea of what's called a technocratic society. I'm going to read to you what that is in a second, but China is basically the test bed for this technocratic society that he envisioned. So this is a quote from Zygmunt's book, The Technocratic Era. All right, quote, "The technocratic era involves the gradual appearance of a more controlled society. Such a society would be dominated by an elite, unrestrained by traditional values. Soon it will be possible to assert almost continuous surveillance over every citizen and maintain up-to-date complete files containing even the most personal information about the citizen. These files will be subject to instantaneous retrieval by the authorities." So that's Zygmunt Brzezinski's philosophy of the world. So I wonder what the worldview of Mika Brzezinski is. I mean, she's on MSNBC all the time pushing this fascist dictator warning about Trump, but here her father is saying things that sound much more fascist than anything I've ever heard Trump say. I don't think Trump is on board with this technocratic era. The technocratic era sounds like something that Mika's side is pushing. So remember where Mika comes from when you hear her speak.